And hello everybody! Welcome back to my Armored Core 4 Answer Let's Play. My name is Siphon Razor / Siphon117, and today we'll be starting the second playthrough of the game. So, I've put my AC back to the Twin Blades and Twin Rockets design, and we're just going to blitz through the opening mission right quick. To start off, to do the second main playthrough of the game, there's a couple of key missions you have to do where now that you've beaten it the first time round, there'll be new missions that you can select.
Mission. Destroy all line arc defense units.
A league next? Damn it, not now.
Bang, bada boom. These guys you can just launch rockets at all day long.
Half the targets have been destroyed.
Damn! Are we doing any damage? Primal armor? First we have to break down that primal armor.
Only a few targets remaining.
Our standard weapons are useless! Where are our normals?
That's a good question. Where are your normals?
We've confirmed all targets destroyed.
And
Mission complete.
one little bitty
Well
missile
done.
volley at
Almost
the end
perfect.
got me. So
But don't get too high on yourself yet.
yeah, this is
These enemies were nothing to write
a
home
very
about.
simply easy mission. Just doing it real fast just to get through, because the next 3 missions we're going to do afterwards are where it'll be different. I'm going to do the missions I didn't do on the first playthrough. So S rank, yada yada, more money. Now then, I did this line of missions and this line of missions, and now I'm going to do this line of missions. So, here we go.
Okay, here's the mission. The client is Omer Science Technology. The objective is to destroy the defenses at Taurus Corporation's B7 deep mining facility. The main enemy force consists of normals and autonomous drones. Depending on how many of them there are, they should be no problem for a next. The automated defense systems will try to close the external barricades. You have permission from the client to destroy them. This shouldn't damage the facility itself. Briefing over. This is an excellent opportunity for you to strengthen ties with Omer Science Technology. Not a bad deal, right?
So, just a basic run-and-gun attack mission. So, the enemies in this mission the algebra normals can actually do a lot of damage to you because of their pile bunkers, which we've gone over in a previous episode. And because you're in such tight corridors,
Eliminate all enemy defense units.
them getting a good hit on you can actually be reasonably easy. Unless you have rockets and just blow them up 10 meters in front of you, so. Next, we shall blow up some GA normals. And bada bing, bada boom. Now then, here we can use our rockets to just blow up everything. Nope, nope, we're gonna keep the rockets out. This will be some normals that'll pop up over here.
Confirmed. Half the targets have been destroyed. Guard mech control switching to A10.
Just blow all them up.
Only a few enemy targets remaining.
Normal units en route from HQ.
Enemy reinforcements inbound. Coming in from above.
I think I blew up everything over here? Yeah. Okay. Enemy reinforcements aren't that much of a threat either.
targets destroyed. Mission complete.
So, there we go. Not a hard mission by any means, but you know, reasonable. More parts, more schematics. Oh yes, finally. Let's take a quick look. So, we got the Marv, which is a very powerful assault rifle. It's actually what this assault rifle is modeled after. It has 150 rounds. It's even less ammo, but it has more attack power. And yes, the Motor Cobra. This is a good weapon to get. I'm going to go ahead and buy the Motor Cobra for the right arm. Anything other worth mentioning? No, I don't think so. I think that's it. So I'll just go ahead and buy the Motor Cobra here on the back. Which I'm starting to run out of money, if you can tell. And that's for a very specific reason. Goto, Travers, Sirius, wing lasers, more radar stuff. Shoulder more stuff. Do I have the Alicia legs available? The higher legs. Yes, they are. Okay, cool. But ooh, wait, hold on. No. Oh wait. Yes, I'll get those. All right. So I have not a lot of money left for reasons. Reason number one, I bought the Latona legs, which are pretty good legs, even if I'm not a big fan of their actual look. They're really good stat-wise. And the Madness arms, which I used, I believe should be in the same playlist as my Let's Play playlist, my grudge match against defending Arteria Carpals, where I used a Kojima cannon arm and rail cannon on the back build to S-rank the missions. So, you know, you take that from that what you will. So, with that out of the way, we will now defeat clear former Chinese Shanghai.
Here is your mission. The client is Omer Science Technology. Your objective is to destroy the fleet currently docked in the port of former Chinese Shanghai. The fleet is a combination of GA America and BFF forces, and includes a number of special edition normals. However, we don't believe these weapons would give you much trouble. The client wants you to coordinate with support units. Battlefield strategy is up to you, of course, but there's no need to be a hero. That is all. This is a rare chance to improve your relationship with Omer Science Technology. Not a bad deal, don't you think?
He said something very similar a couple episodes ago, I think. But before I start, real quick, if you do take this mission before you defeat Gigabase, it won't actually give you the achievement for defeating Gigabase. So it's just something to keep in mind. In order to get the Defeat Arms Fort Gigabase achievement, you have to do this mission. So, anyway. Just start up the mission here. Now, this is another one of those missions that allows you to have a consort, but you don't really need one for this mission because it's not really necessary. Especially with my setup on 1.4, Reg 1.4. For people who are wondering why I keep mentioning 1.4, I'm meaning regulation. So, yeah. Although I think I talked about that in my very first episode. So, these guys, these normals here, which I might show one up real fast. These guys are actually kind of neat. They have a defensive shield on their front. Bada bing, bada boom. who else? Ah, there you are. But these guys actually have a defensive shield on their front. And it actually makes them quite tough from the front. However, they can't swim. And it's actually like the same kind of primal armor because it reacts with your primal armor when you touch it. So, but it's a BFF model with a Gatling gun. And they have no boosters, or at least if they do, they don't use them in this mission because they can't swim. So, very easy to take care of. Just blow up the buildings they're on. Because they can take a lot of punishment from the front due to that shield of theirs. However, if you get behind them and attack them from the sides and the rear, they have very little AP. I mean, very little AP. It's only like 3,000 or 4,000, and you know it's not a lot. Basically, is what I'm saying. Oh yeah, there's an arms fort, by the way. He will shoot at you. I actually tend to fire on him first, but because
It may be a relic, but it's still an arm.
and voila,
Target's
bada bing,
destroyed.
bada boom, dead.
Mission complete.
Voila, not very hard. The BFF, the Gigabase thing won't actually fire on you until you get past the first fleet of ships, the first little group of ships. So, something to keep in mind. But, alright. Next, we take back Cradle 21. Now, I can still use the same build, but this one is actually from the League, which I guess is kind of sort of ruled by Omer at this point in the story, but let's see.
This is the mission. During trial operations, Cradle 2-1 was occupied by the Liliana insurgents. They are an extremist anti-establishment group, more radical even than Ninarch. They are committed to violence for its own sake, and little else. You have been given special clearance to enter Cradle airspace. We want you to seek out the enemy and destroy them. Remember to limit the damage to Cradle 2-1 as much as possible. We're offering significant bonuses if you can keep the damage to a minimum. This should be no problem for a top lynx like yourself. We look forward to your reply.
So, we have to take out the Lilium Insurgents. Now, the Lilium Insurgents are actually very similar to the Maghreb Liberation Front for Armored Core 4. And they do, in fact, well, they used to, have a Armored Core Next that worked with them, kind of like Francis Neris and his Mercenary Squadron Corsair. In addition, and kind of like Linarch with White Glint. However, they don't. Their Next doesn't work with them anymore, and we'll find out about that later in the game. We'll find out who that is. So let's begin the mission here. Aquavit. Good FCS parts, but the rest of their parts aren't very good, in my opinion.
Retake Cradle 2-1 and eliminate the Liliana insurgents. They're extremists.
Just blow
They can
them
only
up.
Deploy normals. No match for a Next.
Yeah, they
should have
primarily
no problem
deploy
taking
some
them out.
normals here. They've got,
Crap! It must be the League's doing. A Callard soldier.
boom,
Nothing
BFF normals with sniper rifles and
Show them.
GA normals with bazookas and
Let's just do it.
missiles, and then Omer type Argine normals with rapid fire laser rifles that actually do a decent amount of damage. And because they're constantly flying, they can actually be kind of hard to hit. Kind of. They lack the raw maneuverability of an Armored Core Next.
5 targets remaining.
Liliana forever.
As well as the damage output, the armor, and, you know, other things. God damn. Come here, mister. This mission, actually, because we're so high in the air, there's less air resistance, so you can move around faster. The same applies to the Cradle's multiplayer map. Now we have a few, well, one more Solar Wind normal over here, and then...
2 left. Confirmed.
And that's it. They're all dead.
Mission complete.
So,
Well, that's
they, like,
passed. Nothing more to say.
you know, I mean, just look at this. We're going nearly 1,000 kilometers per hour, just, you know, boosting. But, you know, just things like that. So, S rank, not a problem. Unlike the last mission, or not the last mission, the mission before that. Okay, so, at this point, we don't have any new missions to do. We just have old missions to do. So, I will be back with once we get to the new missions. So, and welcome back. So, we are back. I did some more missions to get us to the next part. Our newest mission available for us to do is defeat Arms Fort Capricorn. Now, for this mission, we're going to have to do something a bit different. Mainly, the rocket build, it could work, but it'll be more of a pain in the ass than anything. So, going to put on the rifle, actually. I'll keep the laser blade there, get rid of the right back weapon, and on the left back, we'll go for that. Along with these, and yep, FCS is still good. We're still alright. So basically, this setup right here actually works really well, just even in multiplayer, because you have the consistent damage output with the rifle, the blading ability, and vertical maneuverability given to you by the laser blade, because you can laser blade up and down really fast, and then mid-range high burst damage with the missiles. And this works really well in multiplayer and in the campaign. So let us put everything that we have left into capacity. See here. Oop, 221, and then put one there. Alright, there we go. So, onwards to defeat Arms Fort Capricorn.
Alright, this is your mission. The client is GA America. The target is Algebra's attack transport arms fort, Capricorn. Capricorn is protected by a very thick sheet of armor, and is impossible to take down with standard next weaponry. I don't mind telling you that it's a real headache to deal with. However, the thing does have a weak point. If you can manage to get under the skirting armor at its base, you'll be able to take out the tracks and bring it to a halt. That's all we need you to do for this operation. Frankly, the top brass don't have all the details themselves. What they do know is that this arms fort could become a serious threat. Anyone taking this job will be well compensated. We hope to hear from you soon.
So, they don't know all the details, and yet they're sending you out to fight this thing. So, yeah, it's just, you know, a great idea. So, let's begin. As soon as it loads. That's the bane of everyone's existence. I'm probably going to be... I think I'll be calling it good on this episode after this mission.
Powerful mines are scattered all over the combat
Yeah,
zone.
these mines are what you want to use to try and get underneath. You can get over here fast enough. Oh, don't get in front of the blades. Those will kill you.
Capricorn
And
is
there we
halted.
go. There's that.
Wait, this isn't over yet.
So, it halts. The side panels break off. I don't know why those had to break off, but okay, you know. And then just hundreds and hundreds of drones. Well, maybe not hundreds, but dozens. Yeah, so, at this point... let's blade our way out here. This is why I have this setup here, because we can, just fire off these, rifle here. It takes 2 rounds to kill them. And we have a lot of ammunition, so it shouldn't be too much of a difficulty. You don't want to stand still too much, because these, even though they're slow moving, their slug gun-like attacks can do a lot of damage if you sit still. Just like everything in this game, really. I mean, I didn't, you didn't get to see it, but even the small little point defense machine guns on the Spirit of Mother Will can do a lot of damage to you if you sit still and let them just spray into you. Oh, and as you can see, sometimes our missiles, yeah, right there, sometimes our missiles don't have the contrail because there's so much stuff happening in the game that the Xbox is having difficulties keeping up. If you use a plasma cannon on this map, or on this mission, it'll actually, like, start seriously bringing the frame rate down, and Arms Fort comes in and kills the Arms Fort, so... don't actually expect the Arms Fort to kill that many of these drones, because he's not very accurate. You know. You can, if you want to, you can try using grenades, and if you can get the grenades to volley fire correctly, or to hit a large group of them, you can take out 3 or 4 in a single shot. But this, I found, is one of the more reliable methods, just using a rifle and some missiles.
Confirmed. All targets destroyed.
There you go.
Mission complete.
Not very hard per se, but it can be challenging if you don't have enough ammunition, and the grind blade thing of death on the front, you know. You have to fly into that to kill yourself, so not too shabby. So on to more story bits.
The League has focused on maintaining complete and utter control.
This cutscene is the same. We've got more stuff that'll come in after this cutscene. So
could jeopardize their reign. So in the
there's the
aftermath
BFF
of
Gatling
war,
gun shield
the League manufactured
normal.
enormous battle stations
Spirit of Mother
called
Will.
Arms Forts. Manned by a crew
Land
of
Crab,
thousands of expendable soldiers, this was military might the
Tabacon,
League could control and therefore
Spirit of Mother Will.
trust. Arms forts have become the perfect solution to the League's needs, and their firepower far and away surpasses the average.
You know, you never see him just volley fire like in one huge barrage against a single target. Now, I believe this is actually White Glint's arm,
Rarely live
so
to tell the tale.
you know, take from that what you will.
Take down the Cobricon? Is that even possible? It depends. I might just have to take off his leash and find out.
You mean like what happened with Hari? Is that what we want, Nonso?
Don't worry, Julius. Maximilian Thermidor will return to us shortly. Then we will be ready.
I find it annoying that the conversation continues, but we don't get to hear it. So, if you didn't understand what they were talking about, those were Orca members, who we defeated in the first playthrough. And Maximilian... Now, I don't know if they're trying to play it off as like a twist ending, that Maximilian Thermidor is actually... like a twist that Maximilian Thermidor is actually Otstarva, but considering it's said by Ryder Plosh at the end of the first campaign, the first ending, you know, don't see any humanity, Otstarva, I don't get it. So, with that, unfortunately, we're running low on time. I just want to do a quick check, see what other parts we have available real fast, just as a ending note here. Anything here? Ooh, we got the Taurus Kojima rifle, which is nice. Which means we should have, yes, the Taurus Kojima back cannon, which is also very powerful. I think that's about it. We don't really get a whole lot. We got Agiros parts now. And... Linstant parts, which is not too shabby. Not a whole lot of newer stuff. We got some new parts and the like, but with that out of the way, thank you for watching. My name is Siphon Razor / Siphon117. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you want to watch more of my videos, please consider subscribing. If you disliked the video, give it a dislike and tell me why you didn't like it down below. So, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.